Hi, I'm Mark and I'm passionate about English. Well, it's a glorious day and I'm in Christchurch today. Christchurch is the town next to Bournemouth. Poole is the other side of Bournemouth, but they actually all run into each other. There's no gap between them. As they've they've grown together. Christchurch is a very old town, 1,000 or more years old, as is Poole. But Bournemouth, actually, 100 years ago, there was very little there, but it's grown quickly. Okay, so you may be able to see behind me some ducks and seagulls and different birds, maybe a swan if we're lucky. So I thought today I'd do some idioms connected with birds. And before I start, I just want to say a very big thank you to all of you who've been liking my Facebook page and liking the videos and watching them. I think about 3,500 likes now for my Facebook page in just over a week, so that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And don't forget, you can watch mini lessons back to the 1st of June. I've done about 40 now already, one each day. Okay, so the first one is sick as a parrot. Okay, now a parrot is a little bit like my cockatiel Tina, but bigger, and usually from South America, and especially the Amazon. Sick as a parrot means you're disappointed. Let's say you are really looking forward to going to a concert, and then for some reason the concert was cancelled. So you could say, oh, I'm so disappointed, I'm sick as a parrot. There is another expression, sick as a dog, but that does mean you are sick, you are really ill. Yeah, so don't confuse those two. Okay, I did say there might be a swan around, but one of those big white birds with the long neck. So the next idiom is to swan around. So let's say my website is a huge success and I buy a Mercedes and a yacht, etc. And I want everyone to see. So I drive around town with the roof down and so on. This is called swanning around. It's kind of, I'm trying to show off that I'm successful and I want everyone to know. So this is to swan around. Okay, the next one is an early bird. So are you an early bird? Basically, an early bird means you like to get up early. You don't like to stay in bed so long. Maybe you get up at 6 or half 6 or 7. Yeah, you like to get up early. And there's a proverb, the early bird catches the worm. Okay, a worm is one of those kind of things in the ground. Yeah, long, sort of pink colour, and often birds try and eat them, of course. So what it means is the person who gets up early is successful. Alright, so that could be used to sum up a situation. And another proverb I've got for you here, to kill two birds with one stone. Now I don't really like this proverb because it's killing birds, but it's of course only a proverb. But what it means is you achieve two results with one action. So let's say I came to Christchurch today, and after filming this lesson, I think I wasn't planning to, but then I think, oh, I'll do another lesson. So I drove here to do one lesson, but I ended up doing two. So I killed two birds with one stone. One trip to Christchurch, but two results. Okay, I hope that's clear. Alright, okay, my children have flown the nest. Alright, that means they've grown up and they've left home. And we also talk about the empty nest syndrome. So this is talking about when the children have left home, suddenly the parents, the husband and wife, are left just together, and it's like, oh, now we have to just be with each other. So sometimes this can cause problems for some couples. And of course, bringing up children is a difficult job, takes a lot of time. So suddenly they have more time. Okay. She's no spring chicken. Okay, this just means she's not young. Okay, so yeah, that's all it means. She's no spring chicken. Okay, next one. To take someone under your wing. Okay, let's say I am working in a company and a new person arrives, and my boss asks me to look after them, to take care of them, to show them what to do, and if there are any problems, to help them. So this is called I'm taking him under my wing, because of course birds protect their young, their chicks, under their wings often when they're in the nest. So that's where that idiom comes from. In a flap. Now birds kind of flap. This is called flapping their wings. Okay, but if you say he's always in a flap, it means he's panicking. He panics. He's not a relaxed person. He's always rushing around, worrying, panicking. So we say that person is in a flap. Or I could say, oh, I couldn't find the camera this morning. I couldn't find the microphone. I was in a flap. Okay, so it doesn't mean I'm always panicking or worrying, but maybe that situation caused me to be in a flap. Okay, watching me like a hawk. Now, a hawk is one of those birds of prey, we say, one of those birds that fly high up, and often they hover. So they're looking down on the ground for a mouse or something to swoop down and catch. So a hawk watches things very carefully. Let's say, again, I'm working for a company and my boss isn't very happy with me, and he says, Mark, I'm watching you like a hawk. It means he's really paying attention to what I'm doing and checking that I'm doing things right and so on. Okay, another bird idiom, as the crow flies. So from where I am sitting here by this kind of unusual tree to my home, I guess it's about 5 miles, or what is that, 7 kilometers as the crow flies. So that means in a straight line. But because of course I have to go by road and turn right, turn left, and it's not straight, so that's not as the crow flies. Okay, so yeah, if you want to know from one point to another point the exact distance in a straight line, we say it's 50 miles or it's 50 kilometers as the crow flies. Okay, let's have another one. Oh, dead as a dodo. Now a dodo is one of those birds that's extinct, so there aren't any more of them anymore. They've died out. So dead as a dodo you could use, for example, maybe I'm having trouble with my laptop, it's been infected, viruses and so on, and it stops working, and I have a computer guy who comes and helps me with any computer problems, and he says, I'm sorry Mark, it's dead as a dodo. It means it's finished. It won't work anymore. You could use that for quite a few mechanical things. Of course, TV, fridge, washing machine. Yeah, okay. Here's a nest egg. Okay, a nest is what a bird builds to lay its eggs. But when we talk about a nest egg, we are talking about kind of saving up some money, usually for later in life. But it's not always. Maybe, for example, parents could be saving up for their children when maybe they go to university. But usually we say it for when you are saving up for later in your life, maybe when you've finished working. So let's say every month I save £100 because I want a nice nest egg when I get older. Alright, here's another kind of proverb expression. Birds of a feather flock together. Okay, when birds are together they kind of fly, we call it a flock of birds. So basically what it means is people of the same type do things together. Um, let's say some women always get together for a coffee and to have a gossip, and you could say, oh, here they go again, birds of a feather flock together. Okay, I would recommend you actually look that one up as well, just to be clearer. Okay, so now we're on to a joke. I'm not sure if you've seen any ducks behind me, but the joke is, why are ducks smarter than chickens? Why are ducks smarter than chickens? And the answer? Ever heard of Kentucky Fried Duck? Okay, often you don't need to put the have you before the ever. Of course, the full sentence or full question would be, have you ever heard of Kentucky Fried Duck? But you don't need to in this case anyway. You can say, ever heard of Kentucky Fried Duck? Okay, so it's saying ducks are smarter than chickens because they are not being killed to be sold in Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay, your Beatles question is about a song called Free as a Bird. Now the Beatles split up, I think, about 1970, but they released a single called Free as a Bird in 1995. Of course, John Lennon had died, but they actually, Paul got hold of a very old recording from John's wife, Yoko Ono. So, and the three of them, George, Paul and Ringo, made it into a single with John's voice. But the question is, when was Free as a Bird originally composed? So released in 1995, and when was it originally composed? Okay, and to finish today's mini lesson with your Beatles hum. I'm just hoping no one's going past at the moment. There's a path just behind the camera. Okay, this was not really a single, but very beautiful song by Paul. So here we go. Okay, well, some people did go past, but anyway. So that's your mini lesson for today. I'll give you a clue about the humming there. It is connected with today's idioms. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next mini lesson. Oh, I just wanted to say one last thing. I mentioned in one of the early mini lessons in June that I'm Welsh, or I'm from Wales, and today we could say is a glorious day. It's a fantastic day. It's an absolutely lovely day. Or we could say it's a beautiful day. Now, two words, English words, which sound quite funny with a Welsh accent is we often say lovely. Welsh people say lovely, lovely, and for beautiful they'd go, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. So anyway, if you want to start talking with a Welsh accent, those are your two words to start with. Alright, thanks a lot, and thank you again for liking my page. And please watch, if you only watch one mini lesson, try watching some of the others. Some are better than others, some are funnier than others, some are more useful than others. But yeah, watch a few and see what you think. Alright, thanks very much indeed. Bye.